Just because Lot's wife was Lot's wife, that didn't mean she was exempt from the judgment.
Right.
All she had to do was just follow the instruction, follow his lead. He didn't look back, he followed the instruction. And his life was preserved, but what did she do? She was disobedient. And the Lord made an example out of her. You know? So she lost that protection, because she could have been right along with Lot. Well, he wouldn't have had to lay with his own daughters. You know?
Yeah. That deception would have never even came across.
It wouldn't have had to happen, man.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
I got one right quick.
Yep.
1 Timothy chapter 2. Let me start at I'm gonna go straight to the point. I go straight to the point. Verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. I mean, there's conditions to it. Okay, there's conditions to it. All right, and the big part of the list was about how you conduct yourself with your husband in this belief.
That was it?
Yeah, that was just that one verse. I wasn't gonna read that.
Yeah, man. You know, and it's vital, because, you know, yeah, we're talking about, you know, our families and women, how they're gonna be saved. But ultimately, it just boils down to are you of the elect? Is your heart right, man? Is your heart pure? Because at the end of the day, the Lord is only coming back to save those whose heart is pure with the Lord, man. You know, no guile found in their mouth. That's who the Lord's going to be protecting, man. Right? That's who He's going to protect. You don't have that tawwa in that time, you open.
Yeah.
You wide open, man. All right? That tawwa, that mark of exemption. You're going to have that, man. And when you get into the tawwa is really like a spiritual distinguishing mark.
Yep.
That the angels are going to have to see to pass over you. They don't see that distinguishing mark upon you, which is spiritual. You know, they don't see the wisdom and the name of the Father and the Son sealed into you.
The way you move, the way you dress, the way you see the earth around you, the actions of the people around you. These things are going to be things that the angel will be able to distinguish on sight.
Yeah.
Let alone inside you, you know?
Yeah, man. Was that in Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter? It talks about humble, I think it's Zephaniah 2 and like 3. Yeah.
Zephaniah 2 and 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
There it is. You know, you meek of the earth, seek righteousness. That that you may be hid during the time of the Lord's anger. You being hidden from the Lord's anger, that means that you're under His protection, man. Basically, I'll spare you. I'm not gonna hurt you. Even though I'm angry and I'm pissed off and I'm finna tear a lot of people up, but I'm gonna keep you separate. You know, and that would mean that you would have that tawwa upon you.
Could you read verse 2? In that same Zephaniah? Because it gives you the contrast of the moment, which is everything we're talking about. What you need to be safe from, what you need that hedge of protection from.
It is Zephaniah 2 and 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord.
Matter of fact, start at that one.
This is 2:1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation I desire.
Yep.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the child, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
This is why the Lord got us out here constantly pushing His word out. Because you're being gathered by the word. Hurry up and come into the ark right now. Hurry up. Get this word. Get this engrafted word, which is able to save your soul. Repent. All right. Come up out of these wicked ways, man. This is arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Seek ye the Lord while He may be found.
You said something right quick, Slap. You said something right quick. You said come up in here now. Right? I remember in the 8th grade, it was like an after-school dance or some shit, and everybody was paying their tickets, but then they wanted to stand outside to see who else was coming in.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to go because they was looking for certain people to be coming in. You know what the principal did? Came and closed the doors. It was full.
Yeah.
More people kept coming in. Those people that was out, he wasn't counting them as being in there. When he saw it was full, saw the riffraff outside and leaving around, closed the door and locked everybody out. And there, you know, it's just no difference, man. You waiting around to see who else is down with this, man. You need to be down with it. Okay? This is the time for you to worry about you. Okay, your salvation.
Hey, even with the experience you had right there, it reminded me of the days of Noah.
Exactly.
Because the scriptures say that the Lord sealed the ark.
Exactly.
Door, you know, so whoever was in there is in there.
Exactly.
Jake wants to see it like popular.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta see who else there, who else doing this.
As soon as it closed, the music turned up, bro. And I was on the outside. I was pissed.
Yep. That's a horrible feeling.
Bro, the music changed right then. It was like, oh, they ain't playing that old Red Hot Chili Peppers no more. Now they got Dos Effects and, you know, all this shit. But, you know, man, the music got better, bro, right then.
So they got Sugar Hill going
No, we got hype right then.
Isaiah 26:20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Yeah.
Better hurry up and board. Get on board, man. You know, putting that off the day of the Lord, man. Putting that off day to day.
Once the tickets are sold out, that's it.
Hey. And this, you know, we're trying to bid to the marriage. We're handing out flyers. You don't want to come and suck, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you, man.
Yep. You don't got your wedding garment?
Yeah.
That's on you.
I got one right quick. Yep. Be on that Noah. Matthew 24, in 37, it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming, also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage. And it's funny because that other version you read said, you was reading it out of Isaiah 32, I believe. It says, not distraction, what was the word that was used? Basically, to put your focus on this. Be attentive to, but it was another word that he read out of another translation. Anyway, I couldn't think of the word.
Complacency.
Complacency, there you go. Hey, don't be complacent right now. The party is here. The ark is open, let's get in. Okay? It's open unto you right now before those doors of mercy shut, as we're saying. Everybody wanna get that last little party moment before they have to sit down in their seats or whatever and really focus in and lock in to what you're supposed to be doing spiritually. Okay, want to get that last little jiggle of niggerisms out of your body real quick? Nah, man, sit your ass down and focus. It says, until the day that Noah entered into the ark and knew not, it says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay? Because you out there messing around, the ark got locked with you on the outside, and then the flood came, man, and it was a wrap for you. You had your chance, but it was wide open.
I got it in the amplified version. Luke 17 and 26, it says, and just as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be in the time of the second coming of the Son of Man. The people were eating, they were drinking, they were marrying, they were being given in marriage. They were indifferent to the Most High until the day that Noah went into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. Verse 28, it was the same as when it was the same as it was in the days of Lot. People were eating, they were drinking, they were buying, they were selling, they were planting, they were building, carrying on business as usual without regard for their sins. But on the very day that Lot left Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone, burning sulfur from heaven,
same day,
and destroyed them all.
So they'd have hesitated any if the angel didn't snatch him vehemently and set him outside the city. You know,
Hey,
it was a wrap.
I like how the amplified
They
translation,
like
it's like they kind of like
For both situations.
they add more connotation to the verse to give it context.
And they tie you right into the precepts.
It says when it says they were building, it says carrying on business as usual with regard, without regard for their sins. So everything is just carrying on as usual, still just being wicked, still committing all type of adultery, women still sleeping around, still secretly worshiping your idol, whether it be Guadalupe, you know. You worshiping Buddha, Allah, carrying on as usual. And then the destruction just comes.
Yep. That's how the Lord's coming.
That's how it's gonna happen, man.
Thief in the night.
The elder bishop I now said he brought up that Isaiah 58 and 1. Yeah, so you're carrying on in your sins, business as usual, right? Well, we're here and been proclaiming how do you clean up your sins. Okay, how to give attention to that. And not carry on as business as usual. Okay? That's what we're out here to do. To show you how to get on that path of righteousness. We're just basically spiritual guys, and the path starts right there. Get on right there and start following the path diligently.
Oh, going back to, I never even got a chance to finish the chapter when I was reading it. So the Spirit had us go on to get on the women. But I was reading the Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. All of these are the ungodliness.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they were doing back then. That was the business as usual. That was their daily thing. They was carrying on in disorder of marriage, adultery,
Idolatry.
idolatry. I was in the Wisdom of Solomon 14. I think I was like around 24th verse, maybe 23rd, 24th
Pick it up
verse.
right there.
But that's what was carrying on. That was carrying on business as usual, man. They didn't regard what the hell they were doing.
Similar to
They
Egypt.
thought they were right in their own eyes when they was doing what they was doing.
Because that first verse was, I think, was talking about women. A lot of we were likening them to women that were there. Then the next one actually directly talks about men in the next verse.
Yeah, what sparked the woman thing was when it says that they were sacrificing children. He's going into the Roe versus Wade controversy.
Right.
What's that movie was talking volcano erupted Mount Vesuvius?
Pompeii?
Yeah, Pompeii. Yeah, that was an example of how people just doing what they, doing normal day, in their wickedness. And look what happened. The fucking volcano erupted.
And just
Killed all of them.
And that was the act of the Most High trying to clean that out. That was starting to run rampant in the earth. The way that they were practicing.
Wasn't there evidence like when they showed like with people that got burnt while they were in the midst of an act of sexual
They call
act?
it masturbating.
Yeah.
He's like masturbating, served in ashes.
Yeah. Like the Lord will burn you, but keep
in the act. Yeah,
your figure is right there in the act, and the Lord get you right there.
Turn you into a rock.
People was like they was in orgies. There was all type of shit. It was like pornographic shit that they were in the midst of doing while the fucking volcano was erupting. the same thing, man.